On today's episode of Did My Dad Really Do That? I'm going to tell you about the time that my dad asked my boyfriend if he wanted to move in without asking me, and I was in fact about to break up with him. So basically, my ex-boyfriend, but boyfriend at the time, was having a bit of trouble retaining his job. Now, I didn't tell my father that he was having trouble retaining his job because he kept failing the urine tests that were checking for drugs. However, he came over to my house one day and I was still living with my parents. He basically had a bit of a cry to my dad about how he was going to lose his job. So my loving father was like, mate, why don't you live here? It's closer to your work. You don't have to drive as far, and we can really make sure you're in the right type of environment and you can get back on track with your job. Little did my father know, I was literally planning on breaking up with this guy. So I've come home from work because I can hold a job, and my boyfriend's car is at my house. I thought that's weird because I have not scheduled a play date with him. So I've walked inside and there's my dad and my boyfriend of the time, and I said, guys, what's going on? And my dad goes, I've asked him to move in with us. Cool, Dad, thanks. Can I talk to you? Can we have a side chat, please? Dad tells me how wonderful and loving he is, has offered said boyfriend to live at our house, and I kindly explained to him that, Dad, it would have been really nice if you had have asked me, your daughter, who is actually in a relationship with this man, because I was planning on breaking up with him, and now what do? He's moved all his stuff into my room. Anyway, I did eventually break up with him, but it was quite hard because he was living at my house and had moved into my room. It was 6 months later that I was finally able to break up with him.